Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 43.
Yes, that's what the notes say.
Episode 43. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the man scared of the camera, Kevin Tarney.
What is up, everyone? How are we all doing?
He's got a hat on today, guys. It's going to be a good show.
It's one of those days. It's one of those bad hair days. Just the hat straight on.
Oh, trust me. I've got a bad hair day today, but I just haven't got any decent hats anymore. I seem to lose hats all the time. Like I leave them on buses and I leave them in people's cars and I never get them back. So
funny story. Yeah, I own one
then.
cap, and it only ever comes out when it's haircut time.
I've got a hat right next to me, and this is the only. 1 second, I'm putting a hat on for those watching the video.
Hey.
For those listening to the video.
There we go. That's better. Now we're organised. We're sorted.
We've both got our hats on backwards. We both. Oh man, yep. I need to sort this out. It looks all weird. Oh, I look like an idiot. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is an Xbox show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This ain't your cap show.
Oh, my bad. Kev, how you been? How's things?
I've been good. As you know, I've had a bit of a crappy few days. You know, it's just been one of those weeks where just stuff gets on top of you. So I'm happy to finally be sitting down and doing the Xbox podcast at last. Yes,
it's all good. Don't worry. We all have those days. We all have those weeks.
Yeah.
Trust me. Me more than anyone.
You just got to power through.
Yeah, 100%. Get back on that horse and keep going.
Exactly.
What have I been up to? Strange. What day is it today? Wednesday. So nothing really. I've been at work. That's literally.
How are you finding it? You still enjoying it?
It's still easy, which is the main thing. The main thing is it's easy, so I don't have to kill anybody
yet.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm gonna call this guy out. And I hope I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not withholding names. Yeah. But we've got a new guy that works with us, and he tried telling me what to do the other day, and I was like.
Oh no, I can't. Yeah, I can't stand people like that who come in and then start bossing you about.
Don't get me wrong. I've only been there a month, but he's been there 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a bit like, and you know what? Every time something happens, it's funny because I'm allowed to use my phone at work, but I'm always texting Haley, and I'm just every day I get there, I text Haley saying, "Can I quit yet?" And then she goes to me, "Is your Patreon above the point we spoke about?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Get back to work then." And I'm like, "Oh, come on." But yeah, still doing that, still working hard, and I've been playing a bit of Xbox. But we'll talk about that in a second. This week's My Xbox and Me is brought to you by OuterLives.net and mcfixer.co.uk. Kev, Outer Lives. I've seen there's been some new articles up on Outer Lives because I've been reading them.
Oh, have you really? Been paying more attention than me then? No.
Yes, I have.
There's been a lot going on with Outer Lives this week. Like I said last week, we're in transition mode. We've actually brought on a load of new writers, guest writers, which we've put our reach out and said, look, if you want to write for a platform, come to us. We can't pay, but we can give you exposure. So if you apply for a job in the future, then you can reference back to that material that you wrote before. So we've got a load of new articles, a load of new writers. I put an article up this week about Call of Duty. Surprise, surprise.
Call of what?
Call of Duty.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So I didn't understand what you're saying there.
That joke has so got to die. I'm hearing it everywhere now. Like Moody, Foxes, everyone. Nope. It's just going to carry on.
We've created something. I love it.
But yeah, site's going well. Just go over there. Articles are our thing now, our opinion pieces, and I think they're a lot more interesting to read than news because you can get your news from anywhere. So that's why we decided to make the jump over to opinion pieces. So yeah, check us out.
Fair enough. Also, this episode is brought to you by our friend Mike Lynch. And he says, hey guys, actually, Mike, let me say this before we start. You owe us a new ad read. Actually, before I even say it's been a month.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That month's gone quick. Do you know what I mean? What I do want to say is happy birthday to Mike. It was Mike's birthday the other day.
Oh, so, happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah, we're singing that. But, I sent out the Patreon thank you videos, and it was the first time I've done them, which was kind of strange because I've only just got supporters at that tier. And so it was Mr. Moody and Mike. I sent both those Patreon thank you videos. And doing them, I didn't watch them back. So I was like, oh, how were they? And he was like, oh, it made my day, yada, yada. And he's like, oh, it's even better because it's my birthday. I was like, why didn't you tell me this? I would have said happy birthday in the video. But we're here now and we can say happy birthday. So I hope you had a good one, Mike. And I do appreciate everything it's due. But the ad is, hey guys, Mike Lynch here. And I would like to tell you Do you know what? We're cutting out the ukulele part. Go over to Mike Lynch on YouTube. He has fresh and exciting gameplay and reviews on movies and video games. Put Mike Lynch in the search bar and you will find him. He's not the ukulele player, so not that guy, the other one. Also, Kev, I got called out during a live stream the other day.
Really?
By a friend of mine called Reese.
Okay.
Me and Reese have been going back and forth about Patreon, obviously. And he was like, I ain't supporting you there, forget you, And then he finally did. And then he was like, yo, you missed the Patreon
yeah.
At the end of the month. And I was like, oh God, I did. And if he didn't remind me, I totally would have forgot.
See, I would have reminded you had I a good memory, which I don't. I usually forget what I had for dinner like 5 minutes after.
So let me do the Patreon thank yous real quickly. This is if you support at $5 or more, you get a thank you, which really does help the show keep going and keeps me still breathing. It means I don't have to work at that terrible job as much. First thank you goes out to Mike Lynch. Again, as most of you know, Mike Lynch supports the show every single week. Also, shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Moody. Appreciate all of the support. It says Mr. Moody's name on there, but I know it's both of them. I know we had to convince him. His missus had to let that go ahead. You know what I mean? We've all got misses. We all like, yo, I'm about to give this guy some money. Exactly. I'm about to give this guy some money. Is that okay? And he stands there for a while smiling like, please. So thank you to both of you. Also, shout out to my uncle and auntie, Negrita and Michael, also known as Fishy. As some of you may already know them, we did the live stream with them.
My favourite aunt.
I hate you so much. Also, shout out to Reese, who was the one that called me out for forgetting the thank yous. So I apologise for that, Reese, and thank you for all your support. Also to Andrew, Sandra, Patrick, and Fiona. Don't forget Fiona, who helps out over on twitch.tv/XoB Fixer. And last but not least, and someone I haven't spoke to in a while, but I see he's very busy, and one of my first ever Patreon supporters, Jordan Stormberg. Appreciate all the support you guys have been giving. As you all know, I can't do this show without you. So if you do want to come on Patreon, you head over to patreon.com/MCFixer. Audio early is $3. Video is $4. You also get the video live if you would like to watch it live. Kev, all that pimping is done now.
Brilliant.
What has been in your box this week? What have you been playing?
To be honest, there hasn't been that much. It's been a bit of a slow week. I've been playing a bit of Titanfall, the original Titanfall again. I've been getting into that quite a bit, and just Rocket League. But what is like really strange is what's missing out of my Xbox, and that's been Battlefield 1. I've just not felt the need to go back to it.
This is interesting. Interesting talk right here. So this was one of the games you were like, yeah, this is definitely a day one buy.
Yeah, this is I brought this already in my mind.
Yeah, it was already bought. It was already done. It's done.
Yep.
What happened? What don't you like about it?
I think it's the fact that I know this is rich coming from someone that doesn't play Battlefield that much, but it's a bit slow. And I have played Battlefield 4 in the past, and I really enjoyed it. But what made that game a bit faster to me was the fact that there were tanks which were quite fast. There were helicopters that were very fast. There were jets that were fast. But everything in this game, I said it last week, it just feels lethargic. And I don't know, I tried playing and it just doesn't grab me. Like, there's no gameplay hook for me. I mean, I have a bit of fun sniping, sitting back and sniping, but whenever I go into like a main game and I'm like, try and be an assault class or something, I just get sniped from the other side of the map every 2 seconds. It's just like, it takes me 5 minutes to run back to where I was. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe my whole squad's died. Because I can spawn in my squad, but sometimes they die as well. It means I've got to go all the way back to one of our capture points, and then it takes me 5 minutes to get to the next one. And it's just, like I say, it's just not hooking me. Have you found it any better?
No, I don't. I don't like the game. Nowhere near as much as the map, because I played a different map at EA Access, EA Play, sorry, and that map was a lot more fun than this map. This map is very.
Yeah, I think I don't like the map. I think that's what it is. I just don't like the map.
There's not enough.
Yeah, there's not. It's very sniper heavy. I mean, I think they wanted to showcase the train and the horses, and that's why they chose that map. Whereas it just doesn't work well for the people that aren't on the horses or who aren't on the train, because there's only a certain amount of planes and stuff, and you have the same players going into them all the time. So you're stuck on the ground as an infantry troop, and you're just stuck in that loop of going back, getting killed, going all the way back, getting killed, going all the way back, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So is this are you gonna give it another chance? Maybe EA Access, if you get the 10-hour free trial, is that where you'll play it before you buy it now?
I think I will try again. If it comes out in some sort of like demo on EA Access and they give us a new map or something, I will try it again, because I quite like the look of the map they showed before, that one which was like an old French village. I thought that looked a lot better because there were nice like bits of cover, nice surroundings, and like there's a big tower where you could snipe out of and stuff. I think if we got to go on that, I would try it. Maybe they will release another map before they stop this beta. I don't know if it's still going on now or not. I've not checked, but
no, it actually finishes today.
Right, okay.
So for those listening to this on Friday when the episode comes out, it's too late for you. But you've got until the end of today to play it.
Right, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand why people are liking this game. And what annoys me as well is people say, oh, Call of Duty players, they're used to that fast gameplay and they don't have the capacity to play slower games. They don't have the patience. Whereas I do. I enjoy slower games. In fact, I play games quite slow anyway because I like to take my time and explore. It's just in an FPS, you don't want to be running about and doing nothing. Do you know what I mean?
I totally understand what you mean. I had the same gripe with the game. I think, honestly, you hit the nail on the head when you said to me the other day that it's strange going from this to Titanfall, where as much as I didn't love Titanfall, I like Titanfall a lot more than I like this. And I feel like, as we all knew, it's World War One. It's going to be slow.
Yeah.
And now people have got it, they're like, oh no, it is slow. It's like, well, yeah, it's World War One. That's what it is. You know what I mean? This is why, and a lot of people are complaining about the game. Honestly, I do see a lot of people saying, no. Have you played this with friends yet?
I have played with a few friends on the Rush game mode. See, I normally play Conquest on Battlefield 4, and we was playing Rush. So even then, it's not like the experience ideally that I'd want to make up my mind. But I don't know, man. Like, I think I just need another go. Hopefully it comes to EA Access and we get 10 hours or whatever, 8 hours, and I can play with some friends and try some different maps. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Hopefully. What
about you? What have you been playing?
Yeah, what have I been playing? I'm trying to think about it now. Rainbow Six Siege, still busting that out. I'm getting pretty good at it now. Like, I was playing, like, last night I got home from work about 11:45, and I was just like, oh, let me see who's streaming. Saw Crash was online streaming, and I was like, okay, cool. Jumped in with him, and they were like, oh, we're going to play, should we play ranked or should we play casual? I was like, oh, let's play ranked. And then he was like, oh, Fixer, you're not very good though. Not sure. And I was like, trust, I'm all right now. I'm getting better. If you just tell me, if you do the call-outs properly, I'll be fine. And I was sort of the one doing all the call-outs. I was the one getting the kills. I was the one, because Mackie weren't playing because her Xbox weren't working. So, don't get me wrong, we did lose, but it wasn't my fault we lost. I finished with like 7 kills.
So you was carrying.
If anyone's played Rainbow before, and that's what he even said. He's like, wow, Fixer's carrying. I'm like, yep. I don't know why, but I got a new headset, as I said last week. Excuse me. I said last week. And I feel like that's helping. Plus, the way I got a new setup and everything seems to have clicked now. So, yeah.
You're starting to learn. Well. I think the key to that game is learning where the breach points are and learning where it's good positions to sit while you're defending certain rooms. So once you learn that stuff, I think you're okay. And I'm not quite there yet. I need to play it more. I haven't really played it this week because I've not really had the team to play it. So I'm hoping next week I'll get to play a bit more. I just need to learn those maps.
Yeah, definitely. And the other game that I've been playing that I've put most of my hours in is Resident Evil 4, which I'm now 12 hours in.
Right, okay.
Fairly close to the end now, which is cool. I've just got to the bit where you fight Chrysler, which I forgot how much I love that boss battle. I forgot how much I love that cutscene. I forgot how much I love the fact of them two meeting again for the first time after a long period. If you know the Resident Evil lore, you know they used to be partners, etc., etc. But the first time they meet, and Chrysler don't want to talk. He's just straight up there looking to kill Leon. Leon's sort of like dodging and stuff like, yo, what are you doing here? Who'd you work for? And Crysis is like, he doesn't give a crap. He's just like, I'm looking to stab. And then there's like a cool moment where Leon's face gets cut, and then there's a cool moment where Leon slices Chrysler. And yeah, it's just Krauser. I think I say that wrong, whatever his name is. Not really that important. But yeah, I forgot how much I like that. And now I'm over the controls, because I don't know if I said it last week, but I can't remember if I said it on last week's show, but I really struggled to get back into the Resident Evil controls.
So what's so different about them?
The thing is, I played Resident Evil 2 just for fun. I want. So they're tank controls. So I'm used to them for a Resident Evil game. Where Resident Evil 4 was the first game that let you aim, let you turn around fast, let you like so many different things. So when I went to pick it up, I was trying to play it like I play Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Like tank control, and this isn't tank controls at all. So I was really struggling at first, but I got there in the end, which I'm happy about.
Cool.
But yeah, apart from that, I think that's it. I played a bit of Rocket League with you guys, and I just remember.
You actually played really well.
Yeah, I forget how good that game is. The game is so good. But yeah, that is what we've been playing. Let's jump into the news then, shall we, Kev?
Let's do it.
And the first piece of news is a game I know you've been waiting for, Kev. I know.
Oh, yeah.
For it. Star Trek Online is now available. Free-to-play experience, a AAA MMO game for free. Play from level 1 to 60 for free of charge. Adventure the final frontier. Explore the new world, blah, 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 blah. You know, it is a game for you Star Trek nerds.
I know a few Star Trek nerds, so I know they're really looking forward to this game. It's free to play, so who knows? I may give it a go. I probably won't, but you know, it's sitting there if I ever fancy a space game.
Yeah, it's definitely there. Mr. Moody's telling me my mic is cutting in and that.
Yeah, it was fuzzing up a bit.
I'm about to unplug it, so fill some air here, Kev. I'm gonna plug it and plug it back in.
So, what shall I fill it with? So, I've never actually played a Star Trek game. I don't know how many there are actually out there. It's the same with Star Wars games. Like with Star Wars, I enjoy some of the movies. I actually really enjoyed Force Awakens more than I did the previous movies, but I've never actually played any of the Star Wars games. Like, have you ever played any of the Star Wars games?
Back. Star Wars games. Star Wars.
There's the Force Unleashed.
I played the N64 one, which someone play that. But I played. What was it called? Got to think now. What's the pod racing game called?
Oh, I know what you mean. Is it not just called?
I can't remember.
Summit Pod Racing. I think it is just called Summit Pod Racing, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I don't. It's so long. I don't remember.
I played that on the N64. I played the best Star Wars game of all time, which was Star Wars Jedi Power Battles on the PS1.
I never played that.
Oh my god, I had so much fun with that game. Yeah, but no, I started Star Trek.
I know. I brought up Star Wars in the Star Trek conversation. People are going to hate me.
Yeah, but just no, thank you. I'm not interested in this one bit. I'm sure there's an audience out there that love it, and good for them. But personally,
people who enjoy that Elite Dangerous, because I think it's a similar game to that. So if you enjoy Elite Dangerous, you'll probably enjoy this. It's just not my cup of tea.
Fair enough. Kev, here's a bit of news that broke, and my Twitter was on fire because I follow a lot of Xbox people, which makes perfect sense. Titanfall 2 excluded from EA Access and Origin Access. No free trial or early access. If you were hoping to try out Titanfall 2 before the game comes out, you're going to be disappointed. According to Game Reactor, Titanfall 2 will not appear part of EA Access or Origins, meaning there won't be any free trial or early access to the game, nor will there be any discounts at launch. What do you make of this?
So, when I first heard this, I was like, what is the reasoning behind this? And first of all, I was like, well, it can't be because it's multi-platform. I know Titanfall 1 was only on Xbox, but it can't be because of that, because there's games on EA Access which are multi-platform already. The only thing that I could think it could possibly be was the fact they're afraid of a repeat of Titanfall 1, where people will get this 8-hour free trial and then they'll play it and they just won't want to continue. it will hit the same.
Burn out.
Yeah, they'll burn out, and it will have the same problems that Titanfall 1 had, where people played it and then they just didn't pick it up again. They just left it.
Yeah.
I think they're banking a lot on this game being popular as well. I think they've put a lot of money into it, and they're looking for a return. And they're, like I say, they're afraid, and they just don't want to give away that experience for free. So they're saying, right, let's just take out the EA access and just have it as its own standalone thing.
For me, they've done the perfect thing, honestly, because that's. I love EA access, love it, and I will not stop singing its praises. But Titanfall 2 isn't a game I was looking to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Titanfall 2 isn't a game that. The only way I'd buy this game is if I had to buy everybody else buying it, which may happen because I know Phantom really wants it and is getting it and it's getting a collector's edition and all this jazz that you're telling us. But yeah, I would have just played my 10-hour free trial and been done with the game.
Exactly, and I think that's what they're trying to avoid. I think that
they've definitely made the right decision.
Does it open a precedent though for future games which are big? Whereas like every game up to now, even Battlefront and stuff has been EA access. It's been in there. Does this open a precedent where they're like, well, now we're going to pick and choose. We're just going to put like the smaller games, the games.
The only thing that I think may be a driving factor to this also is EA don't own Titanfall's IP.
Right. Okay.
They only publish the game.
That is a very good point.
I can't think of many other EA games in EA access that are not EA IP and owned and everything by EA.
That is a very good point. Everything. That is a very good point. Mirror's Edge. Was Mirror's Edge in EA studio? See, this is stuff we should really look up before the podcast.
Well, no. But yeah, I honestly don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to talk out of my arse, pretty much.
Which I do all the time, so it's all right.
I'll let you do that. Mr. Moody in the chat says, I think Titanfall 2 will flop. I don't think it's going to flop, but what I do think is they have set their expectations maybe a little bit too ambitious.
Possibly, yeah. I think it is going to be really popular this year. I think it's going to attract a lot of people.
There's a lot out there to play.
I mean,
there is a lot out there to play. I don't know if this always happens, but I feel like even more so this year. Yeah. That there's a lot of games that want my money and want my attention, and a lot of them are going to get it. And Titanfall is just not one of them.
There's 3 big FPSs alone coming out, and that's Titanfall, COD, and Battlefield. Whereas most years, like last year, there wasn't a Battlefield and there wasn't a Titanfall. There was just COD. I'm not too sure if there was a Titanfall, COD, and a Battlefield the year Titanfall 1 came out. I'm not 100% sure on that. That's something I'd have to look up. But it'd be interesting to see what the sales numbers were in that year, and going forward, what the sales numbers will be this year. Like, if you had to predict out of Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Titanfall, what do you reckon, like, first, second, third, in terms of sales are going to be? Say a year down the line.
Oh, that's a good question.
As much,
I'd probably honestly go Call of Duty 1, Battlefield 2, and Titanfall 3. Just because Call of Duty, because of the remaster. Look how many people like yourself that are. We're going to talk about that more in a little bit later. Yeah. But about who will just buy that game for Call of Duty 4.
See, I think that's the safe option. There's going to be a lot of them. I think that's the safe prediction. I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, 100%.
See, there's been a lot of negativity towards Call of Duty this year, and I'm just wondering whether this is the year that it changes. Where I don't know if it will be, because even when Call of Duty does badly in its own terms of sales, it's not bad at all. It's still like 10 times better than the nearest FPS. Do you know what I mean? So
it's Call of Duty.
Exactly. So
people buy it just out of. It's like me and FIFA.
Habit.
This is me and FIFA. We all know FIFA doesn't change that drastically every year.
Yeah.
But I buy it every single year because I've been conditioned to do that since I was about. I don't know, when I bought FIFA 96, I think it was World Cup 96, which was... Oh, yeah, I've been playing FIFA that long.
Wow.
Yeah, ruled. I remember FIFA on the Mega Drive, which would have been...
See,
90... I think I was born in 92, so probably 94, 93, something like that. But yeah, I've bought FIFA ever since.
Yeah, I've done the same with Call of Duty, like ever since 2007 and Call of Duty 4. Like every year, even with games I couldn't stand, like Ghost, I brought day one. I pre-ordered it, sold it within a week. Advanced Warfare.
To buy it.
Exactly. I pre-ordered Advanced Warfare, played it for like 2 weeks, sold it, didn't like it. Same with Black Ops 3, even though I had that for a lot longer. I had that for like 4 months, but then I got rid of it.
Yeah, tell me about
it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you're right in that prediction of COD, Battlefield, Titanfall, but I think it's going to be close this year between Titanfall and Battlefield. I think those two are going to flip and flop because I think a lot of players from COD are going to move over to those two games, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see what happens.
Fair enough. Mr. Moody agrees. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Titanfall 1, 2, 3. And he also says that's why I rent my games.
Not a bad idea, man. Not a bad idea.
It's a good idea, honestly. All right, let's move on from here and let's talk about something that was announced at E3.
Yep.
Yes, E3. Clubs and looking for groups. That's not how you say the word groups, Corey. Not groups. Group. Looking for groups will roll out in today's preview, and today meaning the 7th of the 9th, 2016. On the heels of Xbox Summer Update, the team and I are thrilled, not me, I'm reading this from Major Nelson's blog. Clubs and looking for groups, in brackets, LFG, on Xbox Live will start rolling that to preview members today on the Windows 10 App Store, iOS, and Android devices soon. Also, before we talk about that, also the update also includes something that, Kev, I know you've been waiting for this, mate. This was, if you didn't already have an Xbox, this would be a selling point for you.
Come on, lay it on me.
The update is emoji support.
Wow, we can have poo emojis.
Oh,
I bet they don't put
tips.
the poo emoji in there.
Major Nelson put on his Twitter tips. The preview updates adds emojis. To get to the keyboard, you need to hold LT. It says LT and A to get them up to see more. Okay, cool. That didn't really help, but okay. Whatever, Major Nelson. I hear you, brother. I hear you. But looking for groups and clubs, is that when we talked about it on our last year's show, or this year's show, I should say, I feel like we were both lukewarm on it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, whatever. I feel like it'd be good though. Definitely feel like I'm starting to play a lot more team-based games. So just to talk to people that has mics works for me.
Look, it's
of course.
I was just gonna say it's designed for people who don't have the time or aren't on the Xbox as much as they want to be, and they haven't got that group of friends they always go back to playing with. So I think it's a really, really good, useful feature to have for certain players. Whereas 100%. Other players that have that like group knit of friends that they play with all the time don't really need it. But like I say, cool feature. I'm glad they're implementing it because it will help a lot of people, especially on games like Rocket League. Say you want to put a team together, Rocket League's great for it. I mean, Destiny is another one which will help immensely because even though I've got a group of friends that I play Destiny with, sometimes we're lacking 1 or 2 players on a raid or something and we need them. Yeah. And that would be a great way of getting like 2 people in really fast because I'm guessing that it like gives you alerts and stuff when like a call goes out for certain players. I hope because that'd be a useful feature. Yeah, so you can reply in real time. But yeah, fantastic feature. I'm glad it's coming to Xbox and no doubt somewhere down the line I will use it.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely like I was just about to say, we will definitely have a My Xbox and Me club.
Ooh.
I think that's right. Yeah, we'll definitely have a My Xbox and Me club. So for everyone who is listening today, look for that when you get off of listening to the show. Definitely look for that. We'll have a club, and we keep saying it every show, but we just want to play Xbox games with you guys. So if this makes it even easier for people to want to play with us, then perfect. Let's talk about a game that I think you played, and I feel like everyone's played it, but I certainly haven't. Return to Arkham.
Yes,
is coming the 18th of October.
It finally got its release date.
Yes, after being pushed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you hear why it got pushed?
No, please tell me.
Apparently, it was developed by a Chinese development studio, like this new edition, and apparently the frame rates were horrific on it. Like, considering all the problems Rocksteady had with the PC release of Arkham Knight, they really didn't want to have a repeat of that. So I'm guessing they've taken like this extra 6 months, whatever it is, and then they've just fine-tuned it so they don't have those problems, which was the proper decisions, because no one wants a broken game.
No, well, did you watch the comparison trailer thing for this?
I've not seen it, no.
It looks better on Xbox 360 than it does on Xbox One, from the trailer that I'm seeing.
Really?
Honest, go watch it and tell me your opinions. Check this out. If you disagree with me, please email in myxboxandme podcast@gmail.com. Would love to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, it doesn't look good in the trailer I see.
I've got to check this out now because this is like a remaster I'm interested in. That's a shame.
Well, yeah, you're saying. Now, Kev, this is the biggest news of them all.
Right, I'll leave this one to you. This is your wheelhouse.
You can take the next one, all right?
All right, go on.
Top 10 best rated FIFA 17 players revealed. And we're going to start at number 10. Number 10, David De Gea, Manchester United goalkeeper, obviously. Number 9, Roberto Lewandowski, obviously striker at Bayern Munich. Jerome Boateng. No, Boateng. Is it Boateng?
Boateng, yeah. Jerome Boateng.
Well, that'd do. Obviously, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about any of these, but Zata is at 90. So all these players that I just said are at 90. Gareth Bale, 90. Then we get to the top 5. Most important, obviously. Neuer, 92. Suarez, 92. Boom. Now we're at the top 3.
Mr. Bitey.
Nah. For the first time in Hello. Messi is not number 1.
Which is shocking.
So number 3 is Neymar at 92 rating. Messi is at number 2 at 93 rating. Sorry, Messi's at 92. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. Cristiano Ronaldo is the big news. He is the best player on FIFA, and I 100% agree. 94 rated. And let me tell you right now, I will be streaming FIFA 17 non-stop when it comes out. If you see me get a Ronaldo, expect me to smash something. I am going to do my nut. I'm going to be doing backflips, and I can't backflip because I'm a fat guy. But I will be pulling for some backflips. Oh, you wait. Just you wait. I cannot wait. But yeah, for the FIFA people that do give a crap about that, there you go. I butchered some names, but who cares? They are the top 10 players in the game. So you want to build your team with these players. Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Neuer, Bale, Ibra, Boateng, Lewandowski, and De Gea. No defenders. Interesting. Oh, no. Boateng. No right back or left back there. Interesting. Cool. Kev, do you want to take the next piece of news, which is a big one?
Yeah, can do. So 2K has confirmed Mafia 3 will be on the receiving end of a pile of free and paid post-release content following its arrival early next month. As detailed on 2K's website, Mafia 3 will be bolstered with new characters, outfits, new weapons, extra vehicle customization options, new races, and more. This content will be added for no additional charge for everyone that buys Mafia 3, whether it's through pre-orders, day one purchase, or those who wait. 2K has also revealed the first details of 3 major paid expansions that are now in production. Faster Baby will emphasize stunt driving and car chases as Lincoln's partners with a former lover to battle a corrupt sheriff on the fringes of New Bordeaux. Signs of the Times will see Lincoln on the trail of a deadly cult, responsible for a series of ritual slayings, and Stones Unturned will pair Lincoln with a CIA agent to settle a blood feud that began in a war-torn jungles of Vietnam. These major expansions will come with new vehicles, weapons, outfits, and races based upon their themes. Mafia 3 makes its entrance on October 7th.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Don't really feel like I care about any of those expansions, but that doesn't matter.
See, the thing that I don't like about this is I don't like DLC announcements before a game is released.
Fair enough.
Where do you stand on that? I think it sort of negates the game a bit because you feel like they're leaving stuff out the game and then selling it as DLC because they're already developing that stuff.
I'm okay with it, especially if it's a game that I like. As long as they don't do the thing that Batman did, which was, here's the season pass, we can't tell you what's in it.
Right, okay.
I'd much rather know what's in what I'm paying for, because like obviously you get the deals where you pay £80 and you get the deluxe version, which has a season pass built in, blah 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 blah. For me, yeah, you have to tell people what's in it. I like the fact that you hear about it before. No, but you got to think, if you're going into, we don't buy games in stores anymore. I'll be buying this from Amazon. But for people that do, and this worked on my brother-in-law. He bought Destiny and then bought the season pass, and then obviously he didn't get the Rise of Iron and all that stuff with it, and he was absolutely upset.
Yeah,
because he didn't know that. Do you know what I mean? So he. For someone like him, he needs to know what he's getting. You got to think about people that are not us in the zeitgeist of things, or are not on it. At least when you go into the store and say, "Oh, okay," when they try to sell you a season pass, you can say, "What's in the season pass?" and then say, "You will be getting this, and this."
I think it's just the fact I don't like season passes. I miss the old days of you brought a game and then say 6 months down the line, they're like, right, now you've played the game, you've completed it, you've done what you wanted to do. Now we're going to expand it for you so you can experience that game a little bit more with a bit of extra story. Whereas now it's like, here's your game, right? Now you've got all this extra stuff coming, so you've got to wait for that. And I don't know, man. I suppose it's
because games are a service now. You know what I mean? They have to figure out how games are expensive to make. There's no doubt about it. Games are expensive to make, and they've got to figure out a way to get more than $60 out of you, or
that's a valid argument. I have thought about that. It's a very valid argument.
Do you know what I mean? Like FIFA has Ultimate Team. People pay for that. At least with Mafia, I don't know. I've not played the game, so it's hard for me to judge. But from what I know of 2, is you're going to get a full game, and the Mafia 2 DLC was actually really good. And was big and was worth playing. And do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. This has got nothing to do with developers. I don't think. I don't know them personally, obviously, but
no,
this is all 2K.
This is all publisher stuff.
Yeah, this is public, and you just got to play ball. But vote with your wallet at the end of the day. If you don't want this stuff, don't buy this stuff. So don't be a dummy like certain people out there that just go into the shop and go, and they get sold on a season pass. If that is something you don't want, fine. You usually get a full... I can't think of a game that you don't get a full story. Even Mass Effect 3, the story was finished. They gave a free DLC out to finish the story. I don't know. I didn't play the game personally. But usually you get a finished story. So you can't really hate if they just expand the story. And some people love that. Some people love to know... Some people are not like us that trade in games, remember? If you stick a game on the shelf nowadays... It's nice to think, oh, like me, I've got Rise of Tomb Raider. This is a perfect example. I've got Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's for there's going to be a load of new DLC coming out. At least now I'm like, oh, that's sitting there. I can buy that DLC. And it's like playing the game again with a load of new content that I probably wouldn't have had beforehand.
Right, yeah. I get you. It's a valid argument. I mean? Yeah. There's
I get what you're saying, though. I totally agree with the whole, how dare you announce... a season pass, this, that, when you haven't even given me the game that I want to buy yet.
Yeah, I just wish they'd wait for like a month, maybe a month after it's released, just to let people experience the game for what it is before worrying about all this other stuff that's coming. Do you know what I mean? And there is the valid argument as well. I'm arguing against myself now, but the DLC actually keeps the prices of games down. Whereas
I would agree.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You know, damned if you don't, damned if you do.
Yeah, exactly. I do agree. The one thing I would say to you also is you've got to think a month. That's a long time. By this, think about next month. So we're in September, yeah. Think about everything that's coming out. I would have by the end of September, I would have Recore and FIFA. As soon as I finish Forza Horizon 3, that is getting traded in. As soon as I finish Recore, that is getting traded in. I know that Recore hasn't got a season pass, so I know that I don't need to keep hold of that game, and it's out of my mind. Once it's done, it's out of my mind. At least if they announce it straight away, it's like, oh, if I trade this in, I've got to buy it back because I've already bought the season pass.
You bring in fair arguments. I think it's the fact that the way games used to be and how they are now, it does leave a bit of a nasty taste in my mouth. But I understand the business logic behind it.
The only people I think that does it right, personally, is Nintendo. Nintendo with Smash Bros, you still unlock characters. They do have paid characters as well, but it was people like Ray. It was people you never thought you would see in the game. That's why it's worth buying it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it's good DLC. It's stuff you still unlock this character, this track, that track, yada. This mini game if you're playing Mario Party. But
yes, speaking of that,
I get what you mean.
Speaking of that as well, like I have noticed a lot more games are giving away DLC for free. It's not so much. The thing is, it's not so much story DLC. It's like in this Mafia thing where it's like weapons, outfits, customization, just stuff like that, which I suppose is good, and it sort of softens the blow of all this DLC. But you know,
I personally think, honestly, that seeing it perfectly, you got all your DLC free. There was some extra story missions.
It wasn't really DLC; it was expansions, wasn't it?
No. So this is what I'm saying. They gave away free DLC, which was extra stories, and then they had 2 big expansions.
Yep, you're right, yeah.
So the DLC you're getting is free, but if you want to pay for these big story-driven, content-driven expansions, they're going to cost you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the perfect way to go about
Absolutely.
it now, but each your own for everyone.
DLC's just turned into a dirty word, I think. Whereas expansion is more accepted, but, you know, there we go.
Let's go on to the next one. We're almost finished, guys. Almost over. Telltale The Walking Dead Season 3. Official title revealed. Telltale's the third season of The Walking Dead will officially be titled A New Frontier. Cool. They announced it at PAX. If you've seen the trailer for this, you see Clementine's older. They've changed the engine. She looks different. There's a character you don't only play as Clementine anymore. I cannot wait.
Can I just say first, the title, A New Frontier, is such a bland title. It's like A New Frontier.
Yeah, I get you.
It's just very blasé. But also, something I'm worried about this game as well is, which was inevitable is going to happen, but like I'm worried about liking older Clem. I'm worried that she's going to be like this teenaged, angsty person. Whereas with the previous stories, I've sort of grown up protecting her as this young girl, and now she's going to feel this.
Yeah, but that's the point.
Attitude sort of thing. It's like, I want young Clem back. Do we have to have this older Clem? Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree with you, but I feel like that's the point. We've trained her to this point, and maybe we're going to start to hate her. Maybe she's become someone we don't like anymore. Maybe, because I know you still play as her, but maybe you will want her to die. I don't know.
Probably by the end I might. I just hope we still get those moments with Clem where we connect with her, because they did that so well in the previous 2 games. You actually felt like you was protecting this young girl.
If anybody watched me stream Season 2, and the moment the spoilers for Walking Dead Season 2, if you haven't finished it, please don't listen to what I'm about to say. Is a big spoiler. 3, 2, 1. All right. The moment when you see Kenny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was streaming and I absolutely went oh my God. And I started I was getting really built up. I almost cried, everything. Crazy.
I've got to admit, that was a really good moment, like bringing back that character. It was really good.
Such a good moment. And then obviously he turns out to be a dick, but whatever. But yeah, so interesting. A New Frontier. I am so looking forward to it, but it's still a little while away, so I'll keep playing Batman for now. Kev,
yes,
this is something for you, sir. Here you go.
So, 16 Call of Duty 4 multiplayer maps getting remastered. All 16 original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare multiplayer maps are getting the remaster treatment. Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg announced at Call of Duty XP event. The first 10 remastered maps come with the game at launch, and the final 6 will be available for free sometime in December. So,
talk to me about the Call of Duty XP event. You went to.
I watched it.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah, I watched it all. As predicted, Call of Duty this year, Infinite Warfare, is a combination of Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. It was inevitable. It's what I didn't want, but it's happened. I can bitch as much as I want, but that's what it is this year. And I won't be getting it straight off the bat. I know me and you had a bit of a few words about...
No, that wasn't why we had a few words, though. our argument was, and we're not going over it again.
Right.
But our argument was, you can't judge a game before you've played the game.
Can I just give an explanation as to why I said I could? And I think this sums it up.
100%.
Right, this is how I form my opinion on this game. I've played Advanced Warfare and I've played Black Ops 3. I've watched the coverage coming out of Call of Duty XP, and I've listened and watched videos of people's opinion who have also played Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They are telling me.
Can I just say something there?
Yeah.
2 seconds. Do you agree with most of what they say?
Yes.
Like other previous games? Yes. Okay, cool. Carry on.
This is people I follow because I have the same taste as them. Like I follow them because they have the same complaints in Call of Duty that I have. They're not fans of the movement system. They're not fan of the way the game has turned from this military shooter into like this bells and whistles. Let's all go flying. It's a robotic dog sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's just getting more and more ridiculous every year. And yeah, my opinion is based on my experience with those games. My people who have played its experience, because I know my play style fits up with them.
Yeah.
So I know they're experiencing what I would experience, and just watching the gameplay, seeing how it plays, seeing like people turning into dogs and like wall running and just boost jumping.
What?
Yeah, wall running and boost jumping is back.
Oh, okay, cool.
And yeah, it's not for me. Look, I haven't played it like you say, so my opinion isn't 100%. This is based on all these other things, and I know deep down that I won't enjoy it. So there we go. That's how my opinion is based. As for we got into a bit of a.
You didn't go into that much detail the other day.
I know, because I was getting really stressed. But I've had time to think about it. I've had time to get it wrapped around my head and explain like how I feel. So yeah, onto Call of Duty. This 16 maps announced. So first off, they announced 10 maps, and everybody was really displeased with that. So I think this is more of a damage control thing where they're like, shit, let's get the other 6 maps together. Let's get a bit of goodwill. Oh, he's knocked over his drink.
Don't worry,
let's get a bit of goodwill towards the fans. Let's do the other 6 as well and announce them for December at a later date. So I think it's good they've done that. They've listened to the fans' complaint that there was only 10 maps from the original game. And yeah, it's good that they've added all of them now. The only thing is that, again, it's great business sense, as Corey pointed out to me, but I'm not happy. Even though it's hard, because I understand where Activision are coming from with Call of Duty 4 Remaster and hiding it behind this game because they want this new game to sell well, and it's good business sense. But is it good for the fans? And I said this to Corey, just because you can kick a squirrel in the head and it's not illegal, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't disagree. The point is, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't disagree with you most of the time. But the problem is, I see things from a business point of view.
Yeah, no, I understand completely.
And we both know that putting this behind a paywall is going to sell copies.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you are so, even you are so tempted to buy
I'm tempted to pay 80 quid just for the remaster. I won't play Infinite Warfare. I'm tempted just for the remaster.
So Moody brought up a great point in the chat, obviously, earlier. Is this not a game that you should probably rent?
You can't. Thing is, you can't rent Call of Duty 4 because it's a digital download code with the Legacy Edition of Infinite Warfare.
Is it? Have they said that yet?
Yeah,
it's only a download.
Yeah, it's a digital download. They haven't confirmed yet either whether. No, we heard, because we reported this on Out of Lies, and we don't know if it's 100% true yet because we had a source inside at a certain place, and you may have to have the Infinite Warfare disc in your Xbox in order to play the Call of Duty 4 Remastered digital game, which will prevent players from buying the Legacy Edition, then just selling Infinite Warfare and keeping the remaster. I think that's what they're trying to do. That seems super dodgy, and if that's true, then that's just ridiculous. But there's been no confirmation. People have reached out to and we emailed them trying to get a reply. They didn't reply. In the FAQ, even in the FAQ, the wording is a bit dodgy, the way they word it. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it is dodgy the way they worded it. And even like my article was even mentioned on anybody heard of T-Martin, a big Call of Duty YouTuber. He actually did a whole video. Yeah, he did a whole video on my article. So they've still got details they need to clarify, and until those details are clarified, I'm not buying it at this moment in time. But if they say you don't need the disc in the system to play it, then I'll probably pick it up and then just sell Infinite Warfare and get some of my money back, because I really want this remaster.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You seemed a bit confused for a second. Like, has he shut up yet?
I was like, I'm just gonna let you go. I was just making sure you're finished. I don't want to.
That's been on my shoulders. I have love, like, even though we like Call of Duty, I have got like Call of Duty has been my go-to game where I just sit back, relax, play with my friends. Like Resident Evil is to you. You love Resident Evil. You care what they do with the series. I care what they do with Call of Duty.
I think that's that is so strange to me. But each to their own. I understand it, because do you know what? Coming from a Resident Evil background as well, of people just hate Resident Evil for no reason. I used to hate when people hated the tank controls. I love the tank controls.
See, that's me. I'm like, I don't like that game.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like that game because of the controls, but I understand that you do. It's like everybody has their taste, and Call of Duty 100%. Is just something that appeals to me.
You love. I hear you. Let's get off of this and talk about our last piece of news this week, which is the second episode of Telltale's Batman series is out this month. Batman is back in action on the September 20th, when the series returns with the second episode, Child of Arkham. I will be streaming this on the 20th of September, so be sure to check me out on twitch.tv/mcfixer if you want to just watch the game or experience it before you buy it. I will be streaming it day one.
So this second episode has come out a lot sooner than their normal second episodes do, don't they? They normally take a lot longer to follow, because this has only been like a month or something like that.
I think they know. They know that people are not messing with them anymore unless they.
Do you think this because this is mind you? Yeah, I was gonna say because it's a licensed project, but I mean, even Walking Dead and stuff is licensed, isn't it? And Borderlands and stuff. I don't know, man.
No, maybe I get what you mean. I get what you mean by it's DC. Maybe DC was like, we can't have any bad blood with Batman. This is one of our marquee characters. You can't mess him about. So you need to be getting these out sharpish.
It'd be interesting to see like where episode 3 and 4 come out, whether they're a month later as well, whether they have a longer break.
Yeah. We will see. Let's talk about games with gold real quick. Earthlock Festive of Magic from September 1st to 30th. Still not played it personally, so I cannot give you an opinion. What about you, Kev? Played it at all?
No, I think I said last week, turn-based, just not my jam.
Fair enough. Assassin's Creed Chronicles China will be available on the 16th. Forza Horizon I have downloaded, still yet to play, but it's available from September 1st to September 15th. Kev says it's a fantastic game, so
play it.
Maybe we'll trust him. Mirror's Edge you will be getting on the 16th of September until the 30th. Let's get into Fixer's sack. And I've read this email, and let me tell you, I've had the biggest smile on my face over this podcast lately, Kev. I'm sure you know why. But we will start with this email, and it says, "Hola, amigos," in brackets. Hello, friends. Greetings from Mexico. 2 hours in a hotel reception, draining the Wi-Fi to get the latest hashtag MXAM podcast, my Xbox and me, episode 42. So it is definitely episode 43, sorry. I hope you're having fun in the UK. Is Mexico the furthest the podcast has traveled? 4,917 miles from the UK. Jesus
Possibly.
Christ.
Our fans will have to let us know.
Yeah, definitely. I spent the morning of my wedding playing Batman Arkham Knight. Good game. Can't wait to finish it. Only complaint is too much Batmobile. Heavy. Yep, I've heard that argument as well. Anyways, gaming on your wedding day is a bit obtuse. So my question is, what/when is the most random time you've gamed, and what game did you play? Your friend Matt from York in Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
Carmen, yeah.
Carmen, like Cartman, but you know, Carmen.
Without the T.
Okay, mine's not really that. I've got a couple, but I will let you think about yours, Kev. I've got one, which is Resident Evil 5. I think I've told this story before, but Resident Evil 5 come out the same day my uncle was getting married. Midnight to buy it, obviously. Got the game, the special edition game, plus a Sheva character, which I was super happy with because she was free. But so obviously I gamed all the way through the night till the morning. And then my mum was like, we got to go to this wedding. And I was like, I don't feel well, mum. I'm not, I just nothing. I don't feel right, mum. I can't go. Sorry. And she was like, you're going. So I remember playing the game all the way up to that point, bringing my Xbox with me to play it in the hotel room, which we wasn't staying in a hotel. We were just, my aunt had a hotel room. So I brought it to play it there. She wouldn't let me play it. So I pretended to be sick so my mum and dad would take me home early.
Sounds like you were desperate to play that game.
Do you know what the funny thing was? Sorry about me coughing this week, guys. I got a tickle in the throat. The funny was, I just got to the part again. If you don't want Resident Evil 5 spoilers, stop the podcast. If you didn't play Resident Evil 5, come on. It's not a great game, but still. I just got to the point just before you find out who Jill is.
All right. Okay.
And I was just like, I have to find out who this character is. So I got in the car, pretended I was sick, and then got my mum and dad to take me home. And yeah. I hope they never listen to this podcast, so they'll find that out.
That you faked being ill. Was it an important wedding?
Yeah, it was my dad's brother.
Oh, okay.
My uncle. It was my uncle's wedding.
How old was you at the time?
When did Resident Evil 5 come out?
Oh.
I don't know, maybe 16, 17, something like that.
Oh, I suppose. I thought you was a bit younger, so you might have been able to get away with it saying, oh, I'm poorly. But 16, 17, it's like,
no.
Son, get your shit together.
No, I was a little bastard. I can't even lie. That was a terrible thing to do. But yeah, the wedding was okay as well. So whatever. Kev, have you got any stories where the randomest time you play the game before a wedding is pretty random and pretty amazing?
I've got a story around gaming, which is a bit weird where I was playing it. But I used to have a Nokia N-Gage. Do you remember a Nokia N-Gage?
Oh, of course I remember a Nokia N-Gage.
I had a Nokia N-Gage. I got one brand new, and it cost 300 and some odd quid at the time. And I had the Sonic game with it. So I was playing Sonic on it.
Yeah.
So one day, me and my friends decided we'll go down Hunstanton. And we went down Hunstanton and spent the day there on the arcades, playing football on the beach. And then in the evening...
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. And in the evening, we sat down on side of the steps where the sea was lapping up, like right next to the sea, and we had some fish and chips. And I had my N-Gage in my pocket. So I pulled it out and was playing it. And then, like, as the chips came over, I was like, all right, I'm going to eat my chips now. Stuck it in my pocket, stood up to get my chips. And I had these tracksuit bottoms on, and they were a bit baggy. And it just bounced out my pocket, went dung in slow motion down these steps, went dung, dung, dung. And then all I heard was, nope. And the thing is, I didn't see it at the time. I just saw the plop. I heard the splash. And my brother's like, Kev. I'm like, yeah. He's like, your N-Gage is just falling into the sea. And for a minute, I was stricken with panic, like, oh my God, that's £400. Oh God, what am I going to tell my parents? And like, I was like, my brother, who was only like 8 at the time, I was like, Rob, quick, jump in the sea, get it, jump in the sea. And I was trying to push him into the sea. Like, I can swim, he can't swim. And I was trying to get my brother, to go in the sea, which was rough, like to go in and grab it. And he was like, no. Oh my God. That one moment is like the most gutted I've been in my entire life. Like,
so wait, did you get the N-Gage back?
No, I lost it. Like, completely lost it.
What did your mum and dad say?
Oh, they went mental. Absolutely.
I bet.
They went absolutely crazy. And I just remember sitting in the car, like, I was in the daze all the way home because I'd been saving and asking for this N-Gage for a long time, and I finally got it. And I must have only had it for like a month. And I was just, thing is, it had like an expensive memory card in it as well, and it had the Sonic game in it as well. So altogether, there was like 450 quid's worth of mobile phone there. And do you know what? Ever since that day, I've never brought a phone that cost more than £100, just because I'm worried to death that I'm going to lose it or break it. And I just like, no, I'm just going to use my phone for WhatsApp and the internet, and that is it. No more games on my phone.
Yeah, you ain't messing about.
But yeah, that's the weirdest place I played it, on the beach in front of the sea, playing Sonic. But yeah, it ended in tragedy. Never again.
Oh,
R.I.P. N-Gage, R.I.P. Do you know what's funny about this story as well, to top it off? Like, maybe 4 or 5 years later, there was a story in the newspaper. We don't know if it's related or not, but there was a story in the newspaper where fishermen were fishing in the English Channel. And they cut open a fish and they found some weird stuff. They found keys and stuff. And they found a Nokia N-Gage in one of these big fishes. So I don't know if that was my N-Gage or not inside a fish. So
Wow.
Yeah, crazy story.
Well, Jesus. Well, we got one more email, and it says, "Hello, my lovers from my Xbox and me. Hello.
Hello.
I hope you are all well, and good luck to Haley on her new job." Yeah, for those who don't know, Haley just started a teaching job, so good luck to her.
Yep, good luck.
My question is, Call of Duty 1. Oh, why the hell are we still bothered about these games? I agree with the Pride of Long Island, that's Colin Moray for those who don't know, that the game mechanics are good and that it makes money. In brackets, I realize when writing this, I just answered my question right there. Laugh out loud. But what the hell? I'll keep going. So where was I? Wait, what? So where was I? ... Are you? Yes. Mr. Moody, you wrote this weird. I'm not going to lie. And for
he wrote this while he was thinking it.
For someone who's dyslexic the best of times, already sounds like an idiot. You're making me sound even worse. With a weak story campaign and the same boring multiplayer modes in which they don't seem to improve or do anything new on it, I think some people would disagree with you there. So my main question is, should Call of Duty go away for a while? I feel yes, for a long time, laugh out loud. Wondering what you beautiful people thought. Keep up the great work, your friend, fan, and lover, Mr. Moody. P.S. Got ya, laugh out loud, no hashtag this week. There's only no hashtag because he's already a mod now. So he doesn't need to do the hashtag make Moody mod anymore. The question is, should Call of Duty go away for a long time, Kev?
I think it should. Even though I love Call of Duty, I think it should go on a 2-year hiatus, just to build the fan love up again, just to do something new. I mean, there's an argument to be had, like yearly franchises. Actually, we was talking about this earlier. Like with FIFA, you buy it even though you know there's not much change. So if FIFA was to miss out a year, would that bother you? Because it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, would you miss FIFA if it was missing for a year or not? What if they... I don't know, man. It's such a hard question.
Someone just walked into my house as you asked me that question. I apologize.
Okay.
Would I miss Call of Duty if it went away for a year? Yes, 100%.
You'd miss it?
FIFA. I meant FIFA, not Call of Duty. Yeah, I would miss it 100%. I need FIFA every year.
See, I'm not liking the direction, as I said earlier, that Call of Duty is going. So if they took a 2-year hiatus and then reevaluated the way the game is heading, then I'm all for that. But some of this I disagree with, Mr. Moody. I love you, but saying a weak story. Okay, I agree Black Ops 2 was pretty weak. I know some people liked it. Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare, the series as a whole, had an amazing story. I love that story so much. Even this year's Infinite Warfare, I think the story looks interesting. It's just the multiplayer I'm not interested in. Game modes, I think they're always trying to iterate on game modes, like trying new things and stuff. They always keep the classics, which people love, and what people play it for, really, like Search and Destroy and Team Deathmatch and stuff. And they're, like I say, they're always adding new stuff. So I disagree with that. But for me personally, this is entirely selfish, but I would like them to take a few years away just so they can go back to the drawing board. Stop with this whole jumping stuff.
The thing is, they make too much money.
Yeah, they're not going to stop. There's no way.
No, there's no way on earth. They make way too much money to stop. But I disagree with them as well. I don't think the Call of Duty stories are ever bad. Ever. I don't think they've ever... They've got the best game mechanics for a shooter out there. They just need... I don't know what they need to do. Personally, as someone who's not a huge Call of Duty fan anyway, I don't know what I can do to really, really help but I just don't know.
I think
Call of Duty, he says, he's in the chat. Modern Warfare was years ago, mate. Black Ops 3 was a weak story. Advanced Warfare was a weak story.
I'd agree with you, but 2 years of bad stories, whereas previously
doesn't mean the whole series.
Yeah, it's not the whole series. Like, it's such a hard question, man. I love Call of Duty, but recently it's just been disappointing me, like I've said, and I don't want to keep harping on about it because I'm going around in circles now. But
no, but okay, just let's go on to, like you said, with FIFA. If FIFA wasn't around for a year, I'd be lost.
Yeah, See, the thing is, like, I'm probably not buying it this year. Like, it all depends on all this stuff I said before, and I don't think I would miss it.
You'll buy it at some point. I think you will pick this up at some point. Maybe not day one, but you will pick it up some point.
I'll only pick it up if I get the remaster with it, because that's the whole reason I'd only play it. Well,
yeah. I agree, but I do think you'll get it at some point, because I do think, just like you were saying to me, I have played so many bad Resident Evil games, meaning Resident Evil Raccoon City, Resident Evil Umbrella Corps, which was that multiplayer shooter. Why did I buy that? I knew it was bad, but it's Resident Evil. I have to play it. I just have to play it.
So what, like, Assassin's Creed was starting to turn into an annual franchise, and they decided to take a step back and miss a year. But then they released remaster. Exactly.
They were about to give us a remaster, so they didn't really take a year off.
See, I'd be happy if Call of Duty did the same sort of thing, where they said, right, we're taking a year away. We're going to go back to the drawing board, design some new stuff and that. And they said, right, so this year we're releasing Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 series. Yeah, the whole Modern Warfare series remastered this year for £60. I'd be like, brilliant. That's what I want. I'd love to go back to those games, play them again for a year, and give the developers time to make something different. But then again, like,
the developers all have enough time.
They've had 3 years this time round, so that's not even a problem. It's just the way the series is heading. I just don't like it, and like, I'm bitching constantly, so I think I should stop.
No, I just think you're entitled to your opinion, but we have gone over an hour anyway, and you have things to do, and so do I. So we'll do suggestions of the week really, really quickly. And Kev asked me before the show, can you suggest a TV show? Which it says suggestion of the week. No one said it had to be a game. This is a game podcast, but Kev, I will let you suggest your TV show. So what have you been watching?
So these past few days, I was like, the other night I was laying in bed, and you know how sometimes you're on Netflix and you're just looking for a TV show to tide you over for a bit. Maybe not one that's got like 6 seasons, but one that's just like 1 season long or something, just so you can watch it through the week or something. So I was looking for something like that, and I saw this one that had a good rating, and I checked it out. It's called American Odyssey, and it's actually really good. It's only 1 season on Netflix at the moment. I'm not sure if there are other seasons out there, and they're just not on Netflix. I'll have to check that. But yeah, if you look for something to watch, American Odyssey is basically about this US military group that are in Mali, I think, somewhere like that. And they're on this mission. They kill this famous terrorist, and while they kill him, they find a laptop with all this information on it, which shows that this American corporation has been funding Al-Qaeda. And so what happens is, when they go to their place to get taken out of Mali or wherever it is, I can't remember exactly where it is, the Americans send in a drone to kill them all, because this corporation, the American military knows this corporation is paying for Al-Qaeda to fund them. It's a really complicated story. I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to ruin it, but basically this one woman who survives the attack, she gets trapped in Mali, and she's being chased by the American military, by Al-Qaeda, and she's trying to survive, and she gets captured. It's really good, and 1 season long. It's really intriguing. It takes place in America.
What's it called?
It's called American Odyssey.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yes.
Why the hell not?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a go.
Cool.
My suggestion this week is going to be a little game called Quantum Break. I feel like a lot of people slept on this game this year.
Me.
Remedy made it. It was, you definitely. If you do like storytelling in your games, then this is a game for you. It has a TV series built in. The TV series isn't cheesy, isn't bad. It's good quality. I think you can pick the game up for like $20 there, £20, something like that. Short. The end boss is a bit frustrating, but very, very, very solid game. And I would suggest to people to pick that up if you haven't played it already.
That's like on my list.
Definitely got to play it before the end of the year, Kev. Yep. Definitely. You ain't got long.
Nope.
Let's plug and get ourselves out of it. What have you got to plug this week, my friend?
Just the usual, outlives.net for opinion articles. Check that out. Twitch.tv/Don'tShootTarny, and of course on Twitter @Don'tShootTarny.
Fair enough. Also, if you aren't supporting already, please head over to patreon.com/MCFixer. That is what keeps this show going. That is what keeps me alive. That is what one day will get me to quit my job and do this full time. I swear it. I keep saying it, so it's got to come true. It has to, you know what I mean?
Just keep wishing hard enough.
I'm pretty sure if you say it enough, it'll happen.
Absolutely.
Again, I don't expect people to be throwing millions of dollars at me. If you could even give me $1 a month, that helps this show keep going. So if you can, I appreciate it. If you cannot, please just keep sharing, retweeting, Facebooking, share it with all your Xbox friends. Where numbers are on the up, we go up and down, but numbers are on the up. So I cannot complain, and I really do appreciate anybody whose eardrums or eyes we are hitting right now. So each and every one of you, I do appreciate it. I haven't said it like me and Rush used to say it every single week, and I think you got annoyed with it. Probably that's why the numbers went down. But I am very thankful for anyone that watches this show, supports this show. Kev and me have made some good friends over this show now, especially people definitely. Like Phantom who supports it every week. And I just love playing Xbox, so I look forward to playing with you guys in the future. But for now, I am MC Fixer and I'm out of here. He is Kevin Tarney, and I will love you, leave you, and I'll see you guys later.
Ciao, Bella.
Ah!